Welcome back, everybody. We are here again. First episode of the week this week. Bad Batch, what is this, episode 11 are we on? 10? 11, right?
10.
Or no, okay, so Bad Batch, episode 10. This is our breakdown, our reaction to it. Another interesting week. Our first video of the week. You can expect another NBA vid coming out, and our big pod, obviously, this weekend. But we're going to start off with this, as we've been doing the past few weeks. Bad Batch, Episode 10, CEO of Star Wars, resident Star Wars consultant Jared is back on the show, as we have got another episode to break down for you. Let's just get right into this, As you guys know, like, subscribe, all that stuff, the links in the description, blah, blah. You guys get it. We're there, almost at 100 subscribers. Come on, we're right there. Please, just subscribe. And we're also about, 10 days roughly? 6, or no, not even, less than that, from Mandalorian coming out. We've got the watch party and the breakdown and all that for you. I think it's next week, right? We're a week out. Next Wednesday, so that is to look forward to also. But with that being said,
something to get excited about.
Jared, why don't you break down what happened in this episode for us?
All right, sure. So in this episode, we get the perspective of the guy who robbed the Bad Batch of their ship, who turns out to be a kid. And then the kid brings the ship back to like a commune. It's another Ipsium mine, but this one isn't like a hole in a mountain. This one's actually like it's like a town, and it's ran by this guy, this like scummy dude, and he has all these people under his employment. It's pretty much slavery. The guy is just shafting them out of wages, food, water. And this kid, he brings the guy the ship, and he really doesn't get compensated fairly for it. So we get to see a little bit of that. We get to see the Bad Batch track down the ship by using Gonki and tracking down his droid signal to this little commune. And then they find the kid because he was gifted the droid as a reward for taking the ship. And the kid leads them to the ship. And then the gang splits up. Omega goes with the kid to go disable the ray shield on the hangar. And the Bad Batch fixes up the ship, which has kind of been torn up. They took the hyperdrive out. A lot of their stuff was missing. So the kid ended up turning in Omega. And then the rest of the gang kind of got busted by some other kids. And well, the episode ends with the truth about the guy, shafting them out of their money, and he ends up dying. And then all the kids run the Ipsium mine themselves, and the Bad Batch gets their ship. And then there's this really good moment with Omega and Tech at the end, where Omega talks about how there are, situations like this happening all over the galaxy, and then Tech says, yeah. It was pretty sweet. And then Tech says, yeah, but, there's also people like us all over the galaxy. And I think that was a nice way to end it. Sam, what did you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you, especially when we want to talk about that last part. I thought that was a great moment. And he's right. Like, when we look at this time period, this is all about these rebel insurgencies building up and coming together to form what would later be the Rebel Alliance. So he's right, and that was a great thing to see to end the episode. It was cool, like we got a little separated two-parter that we weren't expecting. I liked the episode, it was great to see Omega like developing kind of as, a soldier and like a technical. You can see the lessons that she's getting from Tech and Hunter like pay off, where she's quick thinking with the idea to track down or use the Gonki as the tracking method. So I like to see that. Everything was kind of cool. You can obviously expect somewhat of a double cross from the kid that they meet, and he does. He double crosses them and rats them out so he can get extra rations while he's being enslaved. And we could expect that. Like, I wasn't too surprised. I figured something like that would happen. But overall, it was a good episode. It wasn't anything crazy like we've had, but it also wasn't anything, too fillery. I thought we got key development in our characters, which is always what me and you talk about when we come in. We always look for some development in these character arcs. I thought we saw some more Omega development on display here, which is cool to see. Other than that, there's not too much to say. Like, this episode is just kind of like an in-between thing. Episode 10, we've got 6 more to go, so they're not rushing any arcs or anything. Just another kind of soft episode just show what's going on. You're showing these character arcs and whatnot. So I thought that was cool. But that's all I have to say. And now that'll bring me to my next question, which is, a kind of another soft episode. Not too much going on. Doesn't really further the plot again. And as I know I just said this a second ago, like they're not rushing any arcs, but like, are we getting to the point in the season where you would kind of want an idea of what's about to happen going forward to end the season, or are you not worried because you think they're going to just do it at the end? Because me personally, I don't know where anything's going.
I'm not too worried, no. I mean, out of nowhere, we had episode 3 just come and hit us in the face. So I'm thinking something similar is going to happen with this half of the season. These weren't bad episodes. I just think they're building us up for the parts that we really want to see. And I mean,
Yeah,
even everything
exactly.
in this
I can
episode, I
see that
didn't
too.
mind. Like Omega being independent. Them actually trusting Omega enough to let her go out and do like a part of the mission solo. That was great, and I feel like we're going to get more of that in the episodes to come. I feel like this was just kind of padding out some of the time in between, and I'm not upset about it. It's not the most integral piece to the story, but I think they're taking their time to make us really want it, and then once we do, that's when they're going to deliver, because they're going to deliver.
Yeah. No, exactly. I have faith also. But that being said, I mean, like, there's not too much to unpack here. Like, we kind of broke down what happened and what we think of what was going on. So that'll bring me to, honestly, it might just be my last question for you. Maybe one more after. But we were talking last week about how we thought Sid had something to do with this. And we obviously didn't get an update on that. Another episode goes by and we don't know. Do you think we're going to get a clarification on if Sid had something to do with this or not? Because you thought, I know you were under the impression that Sid kind of set them up.
I think it was less of a setup, more like a not my problem kind of deal with Sid. But hopefully,
Okay.
what I might be interested in is instead of the next episode being like a huge like Imperial plot, maybe next episode is when we find out just what kind of person Sid is. You
Yeah,
know, because that's kind of been on the back burner. They didn't address it at all this episode, but
exactly.
Sid kind of shafted them, similar to the guy who ran the commune. So
Yeah,
hopefully they
exactly.
address that, because as of right now, I mean, nobody came to get them. Sid said there'd be somebody there in a few days, but I mean, nobody really showed up that we know of, at least. So
Yeah.
maybe they'll pull back up to Sid, with the better Ipsium that they got last episode, and then say, hey, what gives? And then maybe we'll get some cool moments with that. Maybe Sid might flip on them, say something like, you guys are turning into wild cards or whatever. I can't trust you anymore. Who knows? Who knows, really?
Oh, with that being said, all right. So I know I said that might have been my last, but this is actually kind of the last question. Like you just said, you think we're gonna get something maybe to show us Sid's true personality. Um, is that where you think the season is gonna go? Do you think the end of the season is gonna gear more towards like Sid and her true colors, or do you think we're gonna get another Imperial-esque kind of plot? Like, where do you think the rest of the season goes? And did this episode give you any like evidence to support that answer, or is this just what you've thought going back, and you're just going to continue to think that? What do you think the rest of the season holds?
So I think this second episode kind of makes me think that it might be, instead of a 2-part episode, maybe a 3-part episode, with the third part being Sid's betrayal. I don't think the whole
Oh,
season
okay.
is going down that route. I think you can't put Sidious in the mid-season finale and then like go
That's
down from
true.
there. I think it only can
That is
go
true.
up.
So you're saying you think we're going to get an Imperial ending, and that the Sid arc is going to wrap up before, the Sid arc is going to wrap up soon, and we're going to finish on the Imperial. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, really. I mean,
Yeah.
what I think might happen, especially with the part where Tech said there are more people like us out there. That kind of brings me back to like season 1 of Rebels, where it's
Foreshadowing,
like,
maybe?
are there other Rebel, insurgent cells? So maybe by the end of it, they'll be linking up with Rebels characters or another like group of insurgents.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of where I want to see this season go. I don't want to finish on Sid because that would be a real drop off from where we were at in the mid season, like you just said with Sidious. But I agree. I would rather see the Imperial ending, maybe some Crosshair redemption arc, some Cody, some Rex. I don't know. I want to see a big finish. But with that being said, like we all kind of already mentioned, quick episode this week. Not much to talk about, not much change. So we're going to keep this video short. Any final thoughts before I wrap this up?
Not really. All I really have to say is the show's not letting me down. These are some pretty low stakes episodes, but I'm still enjoying them. I'm still finding a lot of things to like, and I enjoy not knowing what's going to happen. Even from last episode to this episode, I wasn't sure where they were going to go, and I'm still not sure where they're going to go. Maybe next episode they drop off completely from this plot. Maybe the Bad Batch as a whole, and we get a new Crosshair section of the story, and then we go back to Sid, or maybe Sid payoff comes in season 3. Who knows? This show kind of has me guessing, kind of has me on my toes a little bit, and I'm excited for it.
I agree. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I have not been let down. This has actually been really great to me, in my opinion. I'm loving the new season. But, with that being said, of course, thank you, Jared, our resident Star Wars consultant, always making time on these Wednesday nights to come on the show. Got to show him some thanks. And like we said, this is the countdown. We're a weekend away from Mandalorian. We do have the special coming to you. Hopefully working on a live stream party, but if not, we will definitely have the immediate reaction right after. That'll be me, Jared, Connor. That is a big special that I'm looking forward to. I'm sure Jared and Connor are looking forward to it. We cannot wait to bring that special to you. And we'll probably talk more about it next week, or at least I'll hint at it on the pod when we have some more information on it, because everything is still kind of getting worked out. But super looking forward to bringing that special to you. Thank you, Jared. This has been your Bad Batch episode 10 review. Tune in. We've got NBA coming soon. We've got the big pod coming soon. We've got the Mandalorian special next week. We are keeping the content coming. As always, like, subscribe, notifications on, and follow us on social media. And I will see you guys soon. Peace out.